Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. It's an incredibly British thing to start any conversation about talking about the weather. If you come to Britain and you want to start a conversation with anybody from Britain, start it by talking about the weather and you'll instantly become one of us. Now, the summer that we've had or we are having in the spring has been incredibly hot, and it's got me thinking about shorts. I was talking to my friends over at Varusteleka about their shorts and my kind of love for more of a tactical short over just kind of your regular shorts. I'll always go for tactical ones because of the secret pockets that they have. And they have two options. So I thought we'd have a look at these today. In one that we have the denim tactical shorts. I forgot them for a second. And then the second one is the Sarma TST L4 Field shorts. So two very different styles of shorts, but both exceptionally good for kind of everyday wear. Or even if you want to do some field sports with these, you're going to the range with these are excellent shorts. Now, before we start, one quick thing as I usually do. So as far as the size is concerned, I got both of these in a 36-inch waist and they fit me perfectly. I have lost a little bit of weight recently. I'm kind of about like a 35-inch waist, but I went for the larger size mainly because these are the regular size that I go through. My weight fluctuates, obviously, like a lot of people's do. I'm 5'10". I weigh about 15 stone. 36-inch waist, and yeah, they fit me just right. So what I would say is, if you're looking at the Varusteleka website and you're looking at the sizes, then I would just say go for your normal size. So yeah, I hope that bit helps. Now, less of me waffling and let's have a closer look at the shorts themselves. Now, I thought we'd start off by looking at the tactical denim shorts. Just to add, as far as denim shorts are concerned, there are two versions of the denim shorts. There are the regular denim shorts, and then there is the tactical variant that I am wearing today. The main difference is, if you look at the, let's call them the regular shorts, they have a similar pocket layout to your average pair of jeans that you can pick up from any store. With the difference with the tactical variant is that with these they have a few more options as far as pockets is concerned. There are 10 pockets through these, which make them incredibly useful. Now, I'll always go for tactical variants in the respect that the extra pockets that you have, whether you're not into carrying ammunition and all of that sort of stuff, just having those extra pockets around yourself make them incredibly useful. But yes, so if you didn't want to go all kind of quasi grey man tactical with them, you could just get the regular versions of them. These two are also made here in the European Union. Varusteleka recently did a scheme where they transferred all of their products from being manufactured in China to being manufactured here in Europe. Now, as far as colours are concerned, these are available in two different colours. You can either get these in the blue variant that you can see, hopefully you can see me wearing here today, or you can pick them up in black. Now, when it comes to the materials that these are made from, I will say that these materials are luxurious and high-end. So I'll put the exact kind of breakup of them here, but so they're made from a mix of cotton, recycled polyester, and there's a smidge of elastin in there as well. So when it comes to the elasticity and being able to do things in these, they're incredibly comfortable. And when it comes to all-day comfort, I can attest to the fact that yes, you definitely get all-day comfort from these. One of the, I wouldn't say issues, but when you start taking fabrics like denim and you start to introduce things like elastin in them, they just feel, one, they feel a little bit lighter, but two, what you want to put a pair of jeans on and you want to feel like they're a pair of jeans. Now I will say that you get that extra stretch in these, which is really nice and certainly doesn't limit any sort of movement within them, but they still feel really nice and heavy. If I remember rightly, I think it's 430 grams per square meter, which is a good decent weight for denim, and these feel, you know, when people say, oh, if you pick it up and it feels heavy, it means it's good quality. That's what these feel like. They certainly feel good quality. Now, going around the shorts, as we would usually do, starting at the waist, I am happy to say that the waist on here, it is button up at the top, so being able to get into these is relatively simple. And then on your fly, rather than having a zip fly on here, you have a button fly. I don't know why, but it just feels something more manly about having a button fly. On the inside, no sort of additional pockets or anything like on the inside. I know there's lots of kind of tactical shorts and pants, grey man style ones, that they might have a little pocket inside here. They don't have that, but I certainly don't miss, or I certainly don't use those on a lot of other pants. The belt loops on here, so you have them at the front, coming onto your hips, just at the back, and then you have here at the back you have 2 additional ones here, which is great. Because of the weight of these, because you might want to put extra things into these pockets, it's good that they have these additional ones. And so this is a 50mm Garrison belt. Putting this on is fine. Now, I will say fine, so putting this on, this first loop is just, I got it in perfectly that time, so it's just sometimes it's just a little bit of a chore to get it in there, but I mean, I'm picking faults on a pair of shorts that I really do think are an awesome pair of shorts. But donning and doffing is very simple and exactly the same as you would do with a normal pair of shorts. Now, getting onto the pockets, we'll have a look at the pockets on this side, mainly because I've took things out of it and I've got other things to move into them. But whatever you see on this side, there are 1, 2, 3 pockets here. There are also 1, 2, 3 pockets here. So everything that you'll see that I'll show you here is mirrored on the other side. So the first thing you have, your main pockets that you get in jeans. These come down from the bottom, from the top, whereas, you know, it's like some dress trousers, you kind of come in from the side. No real difference to a normal pair of jeans whatsoever. I will say that the pockets in here are massive, and then on the inside they just have a fairly kind of common cotton kind of liner in here. So I have a 9-inch span from here to here. I can put my hand in here, open my hand on full span, and I've still probably got an extra inch worth of wiggle room. If I put my hand all the way down to the bottom, there's probably about 8 inches in depth as well. So yeah, really useful. I have my phone in on this side, no issues being able to have my phone in here, being able to move it around depending on whether I'm driving. They're great. You do have some additional pockets on here, as I mentioned, so you have 2 pockets here. Generally on a pair of jeans, you'll have that small pocket here, which used to be designed to put like a watch or a small knife or a lighter into. So you have that with these, but there are 2 larger ones. The pocket here, I have my lens cap in just to illustrate how large this pocket is. If I was to take my wallet, I could even put my wallet in there as well and not have any issues. I do like this front pocket for your large items, and then to the right of that, or I suppose that sits closer over your bone here, but then moving around to the side you have an additional slip pocket here as well. This is great for storing a knife in. If you have a particular tool that you like to carry with you on a daily basis, you can fit that in there. Now, with this being a tactical pair of pants, if you have some of these, you know, these magazines in here, maybe you're doing range days, then you can easily fit a 9mm magazine into here. Now, as I mentioned, the beauty of tactical pants is these additional pockets, just being able to move things around. And I did specifically mention city breaks. When it comes to pickpockets, they're so good because they rely on being able to go into a certain type of pocket, taking something out of there whilst they're distracting you. Different pockets make it more difficult for them to get out. So instead of having maybe your wallet in here, keep your wallet in this pocket, which they're not used to trying to get out. Really, really, really useful. Now on the back, so you have your two kind of standard butt pockets, and these are roughly in the same position that butt pockets are on most shorts, most pairs of jeans. Super simple to be able to get your hands into here, and they fit roughly the same amount of things that a normal kind of butt pocket would fit. Yeah, they're great. I mean, I can't really complain. They're just your kind of standard butt pockets. Again, due to the tactical nature of these, then you do have an additional pocket just here on your hip. This is where I store my wallet. So instead of keeping my wallet, because I'm a back pocket carry kind of guy. I don't keep mine on the front. And this again, for pickpockets, that sort of stuff is the easiest place for them to be able to take it out. Whereas this pocket here is a lot harder for somebody to get their hands into. It's still easy enough to get your own hand into so you can get your wallet when you need to. But I keep my wallet in here, and yeah, you really have to, one, get your hand in there to get it out. Now, of course, this pocket here isn't actually designed for that. First of all, if you wanted to put your mobile phone in here, you can slip your mobile phone in, although I just missed the pocket. You can slip your mobile phone in there and it fits perfectly. That's mainly because, again, it's not really designed for mobile phones. It's designed for these kind of, you know, plastic magazines or metal magazines that some people like to carry around with them. Or again, if you're having a range day, you can put that in there. You've got your spare magazine that you can quickly reload. It's here on your hip. You whip it out, you dropped one, whip this one out, do your reload, and then yeah, you're off for the day. Outside of range days and kind of doing tactical stuff, this is one of the other reasons why I swear, and I will always swear by these style pants, because having those additional pockets, that instead of keeping your wallet in your normal pocket, you can keep it so it's just out of hand's way from these nefarious types that like to take your valuables from you. Now, I did mention the kind of the stretchiness about these, but I do need to draw a wee bit of attention to the gusset here, because it does have an expanded gusset. Rather than it coming to a point where the four pieces of materials are stitched together, instead it has one of these kind of diamond stitched bits in the middle, which again just allows for a lot greater freedom of movement for if you need to take a knee, if you need to do squats, if you need to do Jean-Claude Van Damme splits between two Volvo trucks kind of thing, then yes, it just adds an extra dimension's worth of stretch through the center there. Last but not least, coming down to the cuffs at the end of the legs. These are sewn over. There's no knee protection, because at the end of the day, these are shorts, and you generally don't get as much knee protection with shorts. But I believe the inseam on these is 9 inches. I'll put that on here. So I'm 5'10", and it comes down just to, I'd say, probably midway across my patella, and yeah, they fit perfectly. Now, next up we have the Sarma TST L4 Field shorts. Now, I don't know why, but there seems to be a lot of flies congregating around me. So if you see a lot of wafting, then I'm apologising in advance. These, now, with a pair of field shorts like these, it's a little harder to fly under that summer radar like you might possibly able to do with the tactical shorts. The tactical shorts are designed to look a little bit more, and I hate to use the term, grey man-y, but with these field shorts, they have a cargo pants. They have a military look and feel to them. There's no escaping that. If you wanted to, so as far as the colours are concerned with these, they're available in 5 different colours. So you have like a tan, you have an OD green and a black, which, you know, I think if you're wearing those to the pub, they definitely look like a normal kind of average pair of shorts, cargo shorts, especially in the summer since the 90s when cargo shorts just became a little bit more popular. They are also available in this Finnish M05 camo, which I absolutely freaking love. If I can get any gear in it, I will certainly always have that. Mainly, I mean, here I've got my rucksack today from Savota. That's in the M05 camo. Yeah, I really like the M05 camo. But you can also get these in multi-cam as well. As far as the makeup with the materials on here, it is 50% cotton, 50% polyamide. Polyamide is just a posh word for nylon. And these two are also made here in the European Union as well. Same size, these are in a 36, which I think fit me perfectly. However, I will say, so the kind of the tactical ones that we just looked at, the ones that are made from denim, they have a closer fit than these. Hopefully you'll have noticed while I was talking about them, I didn't mention that there's any sort of elastin in here. So the material is a lot tighter. It doesn't have the kind of the 4-way stretch that you get with something like elastin. But instead, how they've kind of catered for that is the fact that these are nice and baggy. If you're in a warm climate where you struggle with your testicle fixing to the side of your leg because of how warm and sweaty it is, the amount of air that travels through these is God tier. I will definitely say, as far as the British summer has been this year, it's been a lot hotter than it has been the last few years, and wearing these all day again is all day comfort. I won't go into that in too much length. However, I will just say that yes, they do allow a lot of air to freely move around this area. Now, getting into the pants, or at least the shorts themselves. So opening these up, you have a button here at the top. Now this is a Canadian button, so the way the Canadian buttons work is rather than with your normal button where you have the 4 holes and then that's sewn on, a Canadian button has 2 slots in here, which a bit of cordage or some ribbon has passed through. So it does make them very tough. They can be difficult to replace if one falls off. However, the chance of one of these falling off is a lot less than one of your kind of your normal traditional buttons. The way that this is attached as well, so hopefully you can see there's a lot of give on this, which when you put this on here, so maybe I'm at work during the day, I want to make sure that this is reasonably tight so that they don't look too baggy. It's great. The button slides and moves across, so this kind of takes into the fact that your belt is a little bit tighter. Then I get home from work and I'm like, you know, I just want to kind of chill, release my belt a little bit. Because that button has a little bit more freedom to be able to move around, it works really well for adjusting your belts through the day. Now underneath the button we have a good old-fashioned zip on here. What are the zips? Are the SBS? I should have probably checked that. Let me check. I'll tell you what, I'll find out and I'll put in what's it down here. No issues with the zip, it just opens and, you know, it does exactly what it needs to do. Perfect if you especially need to relieve yourself whilst out in the woods. Now while I have this open, as far as the belt loops are concerned, fairly standard, 2 at the front here. As you come round onto the sides, there are, rather than kind of being 2 here, they're a little bit further round, you have 2, and then coming onto the back here you have another 2 here as well. Again, because you've got these cargo pockets and you might be putting a little bit more into these, having these additional ones, or at least rather than having 1 here in the center, having 2 at the back is great for a large belt. This, again, the same bait. This is a 50mm fixed kind of garrison belt. Does really well. Now, what you also have is, let's pull this out a little bit further. If it is that you don't want to wear a belt with these, which is a bit strange because everybody should wear a belt, is you have this Velcro section here and you have these pull tabs. So there is some elastic on these pull tabs. So if you wanted to pull this a little bit tighter and take your belt off, then you can do that. So if, let's say, I don't know, for whatever reason you need to take your belt off, maybe going doing some swimming or whatever it is that you're doing, then you can adjust these to make sure that they fit. Now I say that these fit perfectly. I have lost a little bit of weight recently. I'm kind of a 35-inch waist, and again, because these are just a little bit baggier, they just feel a little bit more loose. Not complaining at all though. Again, that's just an observation, because yeah, they're just so comfortable, incredibly comfortable. I do like the denim ones, and they do generally have all-day comfort, but these, especially this summer, have just been absolutely amazing. Now, getting on to the pockets. So again, whatever you see on this side is exactly the same as on this side. They are symmetrical as far as that is concerned. So we'll have a look at this side for now, but again, if you can see it on here, you can also see it on this side. The pockets. Now I mentioned with the Denim Tactical ones, the pockets on there are huge. These take huge to the next level. These pockets are cavernous. So again, so there's my 9-inch span, it's in there, and there's even extra more room in here going downwards. Actually, they're probably the same depth as the other ones are. Now I just want to show you this. So here's this cargo pocket here on the side, and here is a lightweight rain jacket. I can stuff this into here, and there's still plenty of room. It's what you kind of expect from these large cargo pockets. It's not at all, by the way, there's my car keys. It's not at all what you'd expect from a normal pocket like this. And there's even still more room that I can put my hand in there. I mean, I look a bit bizarre, like I've got some sort of prolapse anyway. But yes, it is huge. So if you need to carry things in here, you're certainly not going to have any issues whatsoever. Now that's this front pocket. What you'll generally get with a field style trouser or field style pants is that you only usually get that one pocket, but instead with these you have an additional pocket here, and this pocket is just as large. This is where I keep my wallet, but for now I can put my whole hand in there. It comes down to where the bottom of the other pocket is. So wallets, they're great for this. Now I will say with these shorts that there are no butt pockets. None whatsoever. So if it is that you are a rear pocket carry kind of guy for your wallet, you just have to transplant that here to the front. But because of this additional pocket that's in here, I can keep my wallet in there. Just dropped my car keys, didn't I? I can then put my car keys into my main pocket so that I can always make sure that they're separate from each other. Again, if you needed to, did I put it in here? Here's my mobile phone, so that will fit perfectly into this pocket, no issues whatsoever. If you needed to, if you're doing a range day and you have magazines that you want to keep in here, so this is a 5.56 magazine, fits in, no issues whatsoever. It's just huge. It's great, in fact, because on this side now, I can keep my mobile phone in this pocket, I can keep my wallet in this pocket, and they're just those kind of secondary pockets. The two main pockets that I have on here, if I want to put my hands in here, I don't have to worry about, you know, touching my other valuables that are in those. So moving on to the side, well actually let's quickly look at the rear at the back. Other than the belt loops on here, when it comes down, again, there's no sort of pockets on here. There's no sort of secondary tactical pockets for you to be able to put things in. It really is. It's just your arse. Now onto the sides, you have these two large pockets. Exactly what you see on this side is exactly the same as that you see on this side. So the closure on here, you can close it one of two ways. When you fold it down like this, you have some hook and loop here on both sides, and that just keeps it shut. If you do have stuff in there that maybe you're climbing around through stuff and you don't want to fall out, then there is also a Canadian button on here. So instead, you can pass the Canadian button through there. It does have one of those internal pockets for the button itself, so that your button doesn't get kind of caught on things. It's one of the easiest way for buttons to kind of come off. So now it's closed with the hook and loop on both sides and that button on here. Now the one on this side I always have closed like that anyway, but if you did still want to get your hand in, you can kind of get your hand in through the side. So generally I tend to keep them with the buttons and the Velcro on there anyway, just because of you can still get your hand in, but because you've got the Velcro and the button there, if you brush against something and this opens, it's not going to open fully, and then just by closing and then walking and your hands moving against it, it will keep it down there. So that's my preferred method, a button and Velcro it. There was, I just forgot to mention as well, so where these belt loops are, so the two that are at the front here that are just in front of your hips, underneath here you also have some small loops underneath. If you have a certain tool that you always want to keep in one pocket that you're concerned maybe that you might drop, you can fasten that to here. But there is also additional ones here at the back. So here just past your hip, and here just past your hip as well. So maybe you don't want it to have it here on the front because this brushes against things whilst you're doing stuff. So instead you can have it tied here at the back so that it then just goes over your hip and then down into this pocket. Again, it's just a nice little convenience in whether you want to have things attached to the front or the back. Wow, these flies are doing me mental today. Then the cuffs down at the bottom, so it's just a rolled over and sewn cuff, but again, so with these there's no elastin in them, there's no kind of give to them, so instead they've made sure that these are nice and large. If I wanted to, with the trainers that I'm wearing, I can 100% take these off and not have to worry about taking my shoes off, not worry about having to take my boots off, because I can just get these straight over them. Yeah, really do like these shorts. So there you have it. Whether you want to go kind of under the radar tactical with the tactical denim shorts, or whether you're happy to kind of, you know, rock something that is a little bit more tactical looking. But then I know I say tactical, I keep saying tactical looking. At the end of the day, they're just a very nice cargo pant style shorts, but whichever way you go with either of these, you will definitely be happy. I guarantee, if I had a guarantee, that you'll definitely be happy with either of these shorts. Or if you've got the spare cash, just get both of them. I guarantee you'll be happy with both of them. So there you have it. Now, I did mention at the beginning of this, these were sent to me from Varusteleka. I have a great relationship with them. I speak to them regularly. I've looked at a lot of their products in the past, and the relationship that I have with them is the same relationship that I have with a lot of the manufacturers, is that they just want some good, honest content being made. If there's anything I'd change about these, generally there's not really much I'd change about these. I'd say for both of them they're pretty much perfect. But yes, so that's all they wanted. They just wanted some good, honest content, which hopefully this is what we've got today. Now I will leave some links below so that you can see where you can pick these up. I'll leave some of my social media links as well so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC, and my sister channel Moorlander Tactical, where we do have a look at kind of more everyday tactical stuff. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. I don't know where I was going with that. I did the breathe in thing. I've got these in a 36 and these fit me absolutely perfectly. If anything, they were a tiny wee little bit, no, fuck you. Next up we have the L4, or now next up we have the TS, or start that again. Sarma TST, it is Sarma TST L4, Sarma TST L4 Field Shorts. These flies are doing my nut in. Jeez. I've got to put these I've got to put these back on now because I took them off before I could buddy do my squats and lunges and stuff. Anyway, I think this is going to come out today, which is a Sunday. So yes, I hope you're all having a good weekend. And yeah, I'll see you soon. That is it. Love you lots. Hugs and kisses. All consensual, of course. See you soon.